So here's what I'm talking about. When I say that we were sitting in the truck and heard something step off of a rock, this is what I'm talking about. That's 3 foot off the ground. Look over there. And there's tons of this everywhere. Um, if I needed to get in out of the wind, look at that. That that I don't know what you would call that, but you could build you a fire right here at the end of it. Get in there, clean those leaves out, and get out of the wind if need be. And then you see some of these trees. You know, that's obviously wind damage, and these trees fell and hit that one, and you can see it. I mean, this one here has been dead a long time, hung up in that tree right there. So there's a, I mean, if I want fake stuff, if anybody wanted fake stuff, you could go and clean that stuff off the top of this cedar here, and it looks like a snap break or whatever. But I mean, I don't think people are doing it. I don't. People are generally lazy, so no. This is crevice. It's not a crevice. It's just where these outcropping the rock. We're talking about. Some of them are up to my hip and up to my waist, depending on. So it's all out through here. Look at all. I don't know if you can see all those tree breaks back in there. That's wind damage. And we've never found anything that looks suspicious, really suspicious on this place. Now the south end, totally different. Fresh trees, breaks out in the middle of fields, and this place here is, it's just part of it. It's just how the terrain is. There's just not enough topsoil to give them enough room to grow and be sturdy. Uh-oh, I see a tree stand. There might be a trail cam in here somewhere. But yeah, when we say we heard something big as a cow, there's no cows here. Step off a rock on 2 feet, sounds as big as a cow. This is what we're talking about. I mean, if I step off of that right there, I'm gonna blow a knee out. I've got a carrier handle on here. I'm gonna try to use it some. Give me a little bit more freedom. And the only thing I worry about in here, I'm pretty comfortable for regular stuff. But there's dens for coyotes and mountain lions and bobcats, and most of that stuff won't usually hurt you. But if it's hungry, you run up on them with little ones or whatever, you know. And I'm chatty, y'all. I talk a lot. I haven't tested this mic on this one either. It's on top of it, so that's kind of doing all of it at the same time. What I might do is come out to the left, come out to the road. I'll be quiet for a little bit. Let's see, I'm down in a bowl now. There's that ridge of rocks there. This is where we had, not here, in those other woods where we've had, I hear a dog, where we've had the strangeness, the sounds, and the rock throwing, the boulder throwing, the picking up of, stuff like this laying on the ground and slapped up against trees. Over here, not so much. And, I think 95% of the activity is on the other side of that little access road. I don't know why. there's a lot of history. Like just on this place, 100 years ago, there was a sawmill back over there. And I don't know if this is looking pretty neat on the screen here. I hope it shows up this good or downloads this good. Yeah, this is creepy cool. See all kind of still seeing animal signs, small animals up to deer. And there are sinkholes here on this place, y'all. There's one right over there. That, like, there's one. We may get close to it. I don't know. It's basically a well. And it's where they used to get the water for the sawmill. It's still there. It's open. If something falls in it, you'd have to have a rope to pull somebody out. 'Cause it's steep sides. There is someone that lived there back over that way, so I've never seen the dogs on this place. Don't mean they wouldn't come over here. I'm just gonna walk and be quiet or sit still. This place is about 130 acres, and then it joins a bunch of other bigger places, but it's still pretty rural. But there have been houses. There's been a house built not far from our hot spot over there, which you hate to see it, but I'd be interested to talk to the owners. We thought about building a house eventually back in here. I think Heather's part would be, like around 30 acres eventually, but we don't know which part, so I would like to clean up some areas and camp, but look at the amount of trees. Let's see, right there, that hole, probably armadillo. You can see turkeys scratch the top of the ground, trying to find bugs and stuff like that, worms. Armadillo, he'll dig down a little further. And you can see, well, I don't know if it'll show up or not. I mean, I'm following. The leaves are disturbed. They'll get in there and just dig all day and night. See that scaly bark hickory right there. Right there. This is full of them. You talking about cooking, squirrel hunting. There's two there. That looks like a persimmon tree bark, which y'all deer hunters know. Bow season. Deer loving bright persimmons. I've never walked through here. Here's the main thing. As my daddy used to say, the mainest thing. Don't be getting bit by no copperheads or rattlesnakes, because they are here. But it's 60 degrees, 61 degrees. Still winter time. I don't think they'd be out. But I'm not going to take it for granted, because like there's my foot, and there's a good spot for one to be laying right there. Looks like a little bit of new growth over there. I think they cleaned it up at one point in some spot. Let's see where this goes. I know it's going to eventually come out at the little access road, but you'll see where it's disturbed right there. Right there. Something came through there. It's over there, disturbed beside that tree. What was that? Peyton can do amazing owl calls with just his mouth. He gets them stirred up here, and then this is the place where we jokingly we've heard the 300-pound, 400-pound owl. We look at each other like, what in the crap was that? Knowing that, and it's on the ground too. It's not in a tree. We know, we can tell when the actual owls come in. See, look, I'm thinking I'll step off of this. And 255 pounds didn't make a thump. And I didn't take it easy. So, how big does he have to be? There's armadillo digging there. How big do you have to be? How many hundreds of pounds do you have to be to make a sound where it's just a huge thump when you step off of there and you hear both feet? It's more than 250 pounds. We know that. We just did it. That's thick over there. And I'll come out on this little access road. We haven't gone far in the woods really, but it's cool looking at all this. Just want y'all to see the difference in terrain from, if you look from the north end of the county to the south end. Like I said, this is north end. It takes me about 25 minutes to get here from my house, maybe 30. Looks like we're at 27-minute mark, and it may cut off, y'all. That's what I'm doing. If it cuts off at 30 minutes, 45, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I'll have to go get a 1 terabyte memory card. But there's some movement over there. It's probably little birds or something. I love being out in the woods. It looks like a woodpecker, actually. No, that's a squirrel. Okay, my bad. Played tricks on me. I thought it was a woodpecker on the side of a tree. It was his tail. Squirrel's tail. Alright, see, I gotta go down, back up. Look at that hole right there. Boy, you could old person could break a hip off in here. That big old hickory there. I mean, that's a good size hickory. It's not as big as some of them I've seen on the south end where you have a lot of good topsoil, but it looks like it found maybe, there's some of these trees that have found cracks. Like that one's growing right out of a crack. There's no telling how deep those roots go. There's a road out here that used to be so quiet, but there's so much development in this county and the next counties, and people moving in from everywhere. It's quitting time. School's out. Over there. Uh-oh. Hold on. Maybe too close to a den, y'all. I'm gonna get hold on. Get my pee-pee ready, because you never know what will come out of one of those. I didn't know that was there. Of course, this is the first time you can see the leaves are slick. And something lives